About 20 miles west of Milwaukee is the town of Waukesha, a typical Wisconsin small town with a unique history. What makes Waukesha special? It's the birthplace of Lester Polsfuss. And while you might not recognize his name, I'm pretty sure you'll recognize at least some of his many influences on music. Lester was born on June 9, 1915, and realized early in his life that he wanted to be a musician, teaching himself to play the harmonica, guitar, and banjo. But Lester was also a natural engineer whose inventions changed the music industry. At 10 years old, he used a coat hanger to fashion a neck holder so that he could play guitar and harmonica at the same time. He went on to design a better version that's still used today, something I imagine both Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen are grateful for. In 1934, at age 19, Lester moved to Chicago to pursue his musical career, playing country music on the radio in the morning and jazz in the clubs at night. As he became more accomplished, he shortened his name to Les Paul. During the big band era of the 1940s, Les saw that the guitar became lost behind the other instruments. The solution at the time was to electrify the hollow body guitar to increase its volume, but the inherent design also led to increased feedback and produced a tinny sound. In his early teens, Les had experimented with a piece of railroad track and a guitar string to prove that solid material would eliminate feedback. In 1941, he used the same concept but replaced the rail with a solid 4x4 piece of pine. Working on Sundays at the Epiphone factory in Chicago, he added an Epiphone neck, sawed an old guitar in half, and added it to the pine piece to make it look more like a real guitar. He jokingly called it the log, and in the process created the first solid-body electric guitar. Unlike celebrity endorsements, Les didn't just lend his name to the guitar, he was a driving force behind the design, even developing the first prototype. Les approached the Gibson Guitar Company in the early 1940s, but it wasn't until Leo Fender produced his first solid body model in the early 1950s that Gibson saw the potential for building a solid body model of their own. In light of all his contributions, it was fitting that Gibson named the new guitar the Les Paul model. To differentiate the Les Paul from the Fender Broadcaster, they crafted it with a rounded top and added a single cutaway, and in the process created arguably the most iconic guitar in rock and roll history. The first Les Paul guitar was the gold top model produced in 1952. The Cherry Burst made its debut in 1958 and the Tobacco Burst in 1959. These were followed by a range of colors and models. In the early 2000s, the Gibson Guitar Foundation began designating guitar towns in locations that played a role in the history of Gibson guitars. These include Nashville, Austin, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, and Cleveland. In 2012 and 2013, Waukesha was named a guitar town in honor of Les Paul's birth and final resting place. Waukesha is the only town to receive this honor twice. To celebrate this accomplishment, you'll find 10-foot-tall fiberglass guitars painted by local artists in various locations throughout the downtown area. There are also a series of murals based on Les Paul and the history of Waukesha, painted by nationally acclaimed wall dogs. The guitars and murals are great for photo opportunities. Now, if you want to come down and check out the guitars and murals, I recommend you start right here in the Waukesha State Bank. Not only is it the easiest guitar to find, but there's enough room to include your motorcycle in the picture if you like. Now, the rest of the guitars and murals are just behind me here in the downtown area. I'm going to leave a link in the notes for a map to show you exactly where everything is. Girls Rule. Hummingbird. Carlos Azteca. Red Hot Red, and Harmonious Beasts. You can even get a 2-for-1 with Meow Meow and Kangaroo. There's Vertigo and the Songs of Les Paul. The Waukesha Fire Department proudly displays their Fire Dogs guitar right in front of the station, complete with flames and Dalmatian stripes. They also went one step further by painting one of their trucks to honor Les. There's a Les Paul Performance Center in town for concerts and rising talent. And when you're done exploring the Waukesha area, you can even take the Les Paul Parkway on your way back to Milwaukee. 3 things you might not know about Les Paul. In 1948, Les was involved in a car accident that shattered his right elbow. Doctors recommended amputation, but he convinced them to fuse it at a 90-degree angle so that he could continue to play guitar. From that point forward, it's rare to see a photo of Les without holding a guitar to mask the fact that he couldn't straighten out his right arm. In 1949, Les gave his 6-year-old godson and Milwaukee native, Steve Miller, his first guitar lesson. Steve later went on to his own career and was eventually inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yep, that's Steve Miller. While Les spent his later years living in New Jersey, he wanted to be buried in his beloved Waukesha in the Prairie Home Cemetery. Before his death in 2009, he chose a particular spot out in the open, reasoning that in case anyone wanted to stop by to visit, they wouldn't have to walk over anyone else's grave to get there. Well, people do stop by to pay tribute to the man who had such an influence on music. Along the way, a tradition developed where visitors would leave a guitar pick as a token of their appreciation. And while the picks are removed every so often, more continue to show up. It seems like a fitting tribute. As a past guitar player myself, I wanted to leave a pick as a token of my appreciation. I thought this one would be appropriate as it looks a little like the early tobacco burst Les Paul guitar. In case you're interested in stopping by, the cemetery is open to visitors and has directions to Les Paul's memorial. Now that's just some of the background on Les Paul. But if you have a few minutes, I put together a short video of a few of the musicians who have played their Les Paul guitars on some of the most iconic songs in rock and roll.
I got my first real 6-string. Just hold on loosely, but don't let go. I'm gonna let them catch the midnight rider. Oh, get down, turn around, go to town, boot, scoot, boogie. Can't you
Hey, thanks for sticking around. I want to close out with a list of some of Les Paul's accomplishments and awards, and leave you with one of my favorite riding songs from REO Speedwagon, played by two guys tearing it up on their Les Paul guitars. I'm Bruce, and you're riding with a local.